Father of creation, unfold your sovereign plan. Raise up a chosen generation that will march through this land. All of creation is longing for your unveiling of power. Would you release your anointing? Oh God, let this be the hour, and let your glory fall in this room. Let it go forth from here to the nations, and let your fragrance rest in this place as we gather to seek your face. Ruler of the nations, the world has yet to see the full release of your promise, your church in victory. Turn to us, Lord, and touch us, and make us strong in your might. Overcome our weakness, that we can stand up and fight. Oh, let your glory fall in this room. Let it go forth from here to the nations, and let your fragrance rest in this place as we gather to seek your face. Let your glory fall in this room. Let it go forth from here to the nations, and let your fragrance rest in this place as we gather to seek your face.
I think this is on. There we go. We can't miss the first words. Good morning. It's a blessing to have every one of you here. Sorry we had to cut the line short, but we do want to say stay for lunch. We want to visit. We want to see each of you. But we want to take some time now just to say we're blessed and honored that we're together to honor the Father and our Father. We also want to say the purpose of this time, as Dad said, is to glorify, praise, and love God. So the sentiment in the song, the spirit of the song that we just heard, let your fragrance rest in this place. Let your glory be fueled in our hearts so it goes from here to our workmates, to our families, and to the nations. So welcome. I would just like to say that as we worship, as we engage together, be free to hear the Father calling you home to Him in a new way as we are still alive. Do you want to say? One of Dad's favorite songs, and it rapidly became my most unfavorite song because we did it so much, was like a river glorious. Today, as we enter in to the presence of the glorious Father who is the source of all things, I think of Ezekiel. Ezekiel, I believe it's 47, where he says, there's a river that starts at the throne of God, and it's small, but as it flows, it gets wider, fuller, deeper. And as we allow ourselves to be plunged into that river, we become an extension of the Father's presence. He also says in Ezekiel that wherever the river flows, there is life, there is health, there is power, and there is the presence of God. Let's sing it together. Stand with me as we join. Like a river glorious is God's perfect peace, over all victorious in its bright increase. Perfect, yet it floweth fuller every day. Perfect, yet it groweth deeper all the way. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised perfect peace and rest. Hidden in the hollow of his blessed hand, never foe can follow, never traitor stand. Not a search of worry, not a shade of care, not a blast of worry, touch the Spirit there. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised perfect peace and rest. Stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised perfect peace and rest. Just sing it out as a love song to the Father of light. Oh, stayed upon Jehovah, hearts are fully blessed, finding as he promised perfect peace and rest. as we gather to see your face. You may be seated.
When I think of Fred Holland, I think of a brilliant smile, a passion for Jesus, a heart for prayer, a quick wit, and a lover of all people to know Christ. Fred was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to a non-Christian home. He found Christ at age 22. This began a totally new and wonderful life for Fred. He was led to Messiah College, where he was active in gospel team, street meetings, services at the prison, tent campaigns, children's vacation Bible school. What do you grade up, Fred, at Bible school? That would be wonderful. And many, many church meetings. Fred joined Brethren Christ Church, and on that same day, he began his first mission assignment at the Detroit God's Love Mission. In the mid-1950s, at a meeting of the Foreign Mission Board, Fred offered himself for service wherever God may call. Now, this prompted a decision for him and for Grace Herr, and together they made a future decision to spend their lives together as husband and wife and ministry partners. The first assignment that Grace and Fred served in was in Zimbabwe. Fred supervised 20 to 30 primary schools and churches in rural areas. He described ministry in those days as exciting, fulfilling, and also challenging. Fred served at all the Zimbabwean mission stations and had opportunity to assist the opening of Pamula Mission. At Wenezi Bible Institute, he introduced new programs that helped the church expand and grow. Fred and Grace also served in Zambia for a total of 23 years of service with Brethren in Christ World Missions in Africa. Fred and Grace, I believe all their lives, carried a great concern for these rural pastors who were serving their churches with little or no Bible training. They invited the pastors to the mission for a week or two of training, where they taught courses that they had developed particularly for this purpose. Then, Fred wanted to finish his master's degree in Christian education when they were home on their first furlough. And during a Roxbury camp meeting, after putting that need for funding before the Lord, Fred was offered a significant sum of money for his schooling. God had prepared the way, and Fred finished his degree at Eastern Baptist Seminary. God also supplied free tuition for him at Fuller School of World Mission, where he team taught with Dr. Ralph Winter. He also earned a doctorate of missiology there at Fuller. Fred taught at various colleges and seminaries, and he continued to give direction to the editing of the TEE programs and books that Grace was working on. What a team they have been over the years.